Hip-hop.
Anonymous. Saturdays.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sapo Saturdays. You got your boy ASAP Froggy, the one and only Bingus Frog.
Ribby, y'all.
And Mr. A-Bomb,
What's going on?
Doc Froggle Day.
We're getting froggy up in here today. We got some stuff to, get into. How we doing?
We got some very special guests going on in here, virtually, but also IRL here in my kitchen, which is very interesting, and I'm very happy about it.
Yeah, we got Mr. Doc Froggle Day's mama over here. Mama Froggle Day. Welcome.
I'm happy to be here, and hopefully I'm going to be ripping it with my buddy, my bomber.
Ripping it with the bomber.
That's what we do. We rip it. Let's go.
Love it. Yeah. Speaking of parents, I want to give a shout out to Papa Bingus. It's his birthday today. We won't say how many frog years he is, but he's over there in Costa Rica with Mama Bingus celebrating.
Where frogs thrive.
And, music related, he's a huge Bruce Springsteen fan, so my brother and I got them Bruce Springsteen tickets for his birthday.
Oh, that's awesome.
What a lucky guy.
He was freaking out. And
Where's
my
the
mom's yelling from the background in Costa Rica, "Did they get 2 tickets? Am I going to?"
Yes.
The show is going to be at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, which I think Jay-Z was partially responsible for having built.
Interesting. Well,
Yeah,
sick.
and they've never been to that venue, so that should be pretty cool.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
It's very beautiful.
What were you going to say over there, ASAP?
Speaking of parents, shout out to my mom. She's also in the
Hey,
audience.
shout out to Mama Froggy. ASAP Froggy. Mama ASAP. Butchered it.
We got to have all of
I
our
was
parents
going to say
on.
Mama Gabriel. I was trying not to dox you.
You've already doxed
I
me
know.
enough
We're already
for
very
these
doxed.
listeners.
She is doxed herself. She has her full name as her Twitter handle, so that's a brave woman.
Yeah, literally. It just says Teresa Gabriel.
All right. Well, let's get to it, right? So why don't you go ahead and invite up Tipz over there so we can get him up on stage and get this conversation going. Because he's really why we're here right now. Tipz loves cheesecake. I'm wondering who else loves cheesecake and what that's all about. So we're going to find out right now.
We got Tipz coming up as a speaker.
Up,
What's
man?
going
I
on,
see you're a
Tipz?
Speaker now.
Oh, what's going on, big fella? How y'all doing?
Hey,
What
there he
up,
is.
bro.
All right, so let's get right down to it. What's with the cheesecake? Okay, I love cheesecake, but you seem to really love cheesecake. So what's that?
We
about?
jumping right in.
We're going right in.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was on the Sapo account one day. I was just scrolling through the Twitterverse, and I see this post about warm cheesecake.
And that would catch your eye.
Yeah,
I know you.
Well, shout out to Dan Frey. He's on our team as well. His wife makes amazing cheesecake.
Yeah, and it's Fry, but that's good.
Dan Frey. Well,
Yep.
Yeah, right.
yeah, I like to call him Frey.
Yeah.
Frey, yeah.
Toby. What's up, Toby?
What's up, Toby?
So, and then I clicked on Tips's page and I saw he was a producer. So, oh shit, like music, cheesecake. I love both things. Like, let's hang out with this
It
guy.
was
And then
meant to
I
be.
tuned into his show that he does on Mondays, Producer Mondays, which was amazing.
All right, well, you're getting ahead
so
of us.
I'm
All right,
excited. I'm
asked
excited
him-
to hear.
I asked
I'm
him what the
excited
deal
to
is
hear.
with cheesecake. You're 10 miles ahead.
Yeah, well-
You're in another show.
He's excited about the cheesecake. He
I'm
wants to
excited
just
about
get to the
Tipz.
cheesecake.
Let's everyone calm down and let Tipz chime in about the cheesecake, all right?
Yo, y'all wild. I love it. Look. So I'm just chilling. I don't know what day it was. I pretty much never know what day it is. I just live, right? I have no concept of time.
Okay.
Just chilling, and I'm thinking about, man, when's the last time I had some cheesecake? And then I'm also thinking about, man, it's been a minute since I just went through my fantastic experience with warmed cheesecake. And I said to myself, I remember when I warmed it in front of somebody, they questioned me, like, what are you doing? Like, that's disgusting. And I looked at them like they crazy. And I'm like, you don't warm your cheesecake?
And was this
And at that moment-
microwave or oven warmed?
This time it was microwave. This time it was
Microwave,
microwave. I only
okay.
had access to a microwave
Okay.
at the time. I was at a, I forgot where I was at. I think it was at a hotel or something. And,
Heating up
And I'm
cheesecake
like-
at a hotel. I like this picture that's being painted.
hey, I came home from,
Guy knows how to have a good time.
It's probably Cheesecake Factory. And I got one of there.
Appropriate.
I don't eat it there because I like to eat it warm, right?
Right.
So I brought it back, and I'm like, yo, you don't warm your cheesecake? And they're like, nobody warms a cheesecake. And I thought about that moment. And in that moment, I was like, I'm about to tweet out what I tweeted out, that cheesecake should be eaten warmed. Prove me wrong. And the whole Twitter community just lit me up. They flamed me, and I got bullied. I got bashed. I probably got blocked by a few people. I don't know. Like, I haven't checked. But
I just asked you to see a video of it, dude.
Taking a strong stance on anything will get people all riled up, even cheesecake, it seems.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I like what Gabriel, or excuse me, the ASAP Froggy over here was saying with the fact that he wanted to see a video of it. So there's some form of culture out there that desires warm cheesecake.
No, I think that's just him.
Well, the thing that I was curious about is, like, was this supposed to just get people to go, like, try something that's gross? You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to go, like take one of Mr.
Oh, so you think Tipz doesn't actually love cheesecake? Warm.
No, I think he
warm.
loved. I don't know. I was curious, and that's why I asked.
All right, so are you full of it? Is what ASAP is asking.
Look. The only way I eat my cheesecake is warmed.
Wow.
Period.
Wow. Okay.
There's no other way to eat it.
How does your family feel about that?
How long do you put it in the
They are
microwave
against
for?
me. Everybody's against me. I'm
whole world
on
is
it
against-
alone.
all right.
I mean, I see Adrian in the crowd. Adrian has backed me up, and
How long?
he said that he will try it. I've been eating it since the very first time I had cheesecake ever in my life was in middle school. I didn't really care for it. Like, before I looked at it, I'm like, that just looks disgusting. And we had a cheesecake sale, and I sold like a crap load. Like, if you sold like 50 boxes of cheesecake from John Donnery, or however you say his name, that company, you get like limo ride. So I was slanging them cheesecakes, bro, like left and right. And I actually had some extras because some of the orders, something happened. I couldn't get in contact with some of the people. So I had a few orders left. I had a strawberry swirl, a regular one, a New York style cheesecake, and Oreo one. So I had 3 left over, and I was like, I'm gonna just try this. But I looked at it, I'm like, it's cold. I'm like, I warm all my pies naturally. So apple pie, cherry pie, I warm all my stuff. Any honey buns, any sweets, donuts, any sweets, I warm it. So I'm like, this is a dessert. It fits in this category, so I'm gonna warm it. So I never tasted cheesecake cold prior to my first time eating it. So that was my first experience.
Wow.
And in my mind, that's how it was supposed to be eaten, just period. And now, I mean, over the years, I have tasted it cold before, but you know, I'm like, nah, it don't hit the same. It don't smack the same. So yeah, that's my genesis.
Does your passion for music match your passion for sweets?
You know what? No, my passion for music is way more huge than my passion for sweets. 'Cause I don't eat sweets as much as I used to. I kind of stay away from. I only eat cheesecake like maybe once a year, if that.
Okay,
like,
so
I don't really eat sweets a lot.
So the cheesecake thing was just to provoke some audience, but it's not any facet of your music. You're not singing about cheesecake.
It
or
got
are
him
you?
onto a music podcast.
No.
It literally, the cheesecake post got him onto the music
So
podcast.
it is making moves for him.
Yes.
I have one question, though, that we missed. Just last question about the cheesecake before we get into the music.
Oh, we missed something?
we didn't miss something. How long do you warm the cheesecake for? Like, what consistency?
Well, you don't want to melt it.
Yeah,
don't know.
so
Make
this
it
is the
soup, I
thing.
don't
I've been asked this question, and I have to tell it every time. There is not necessarily a time limit because, first of all, I only eat it once every other year, once a year. Like, I really don't memorize the time.
Special occasion
I watch
cheesecake.
it until right before it's about to melt. Like, it's that feeling where it's like wobbly. It's like, oh crap, it's coming, boop, and I stop.
You know
That's
what?
when you
Got
stop
it.
it. Whether it's in the
Guys.
microwave or in a toaster oven, you have to watch it.
It sounds like you're an artist in more ways than one.
We have a little bit of time
Yes.
on the show. I do have one piece left of cheesecake
Cheesecake?
in my
Oh,
refrigerator.
Oh, you may have to warm that up.
Go
I'm gonna
warm it.
I'm going to warm it up at some point on the show.
We have to
try it.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm excited for you.
Please
But
try it.
let's get to the music because that's really why we're here.
Yeah.
Beans, if you
So
will.
Tipz, when did you get into making music, and what kind of music do you make?
Oh man, I've been making music really since I was a kid. Literally recording albums and my little Casio piano, making little beats on there and putting it to the speaker, and to my little tape recorder machine, and literally just since 8 years old, right? But when I started really taking it serious and making beats and everything, I started in high school. I was like 16. It was right around the Grand Theft Auto era, and it was like I had to choose between playing Grand Theft Auto and making music.
That's a
and
tough decision.
Yeah, that's a really, really tough decision because Grand Theft Auto was a job. Like, I get home from school, I got to go to work. Like, that's what it was. So, you know, I got into beats, started on Fruity Loops. You know, my beats sounded really trash. I'm not afraid to admit that.
Got to start somewhere. And where were you living at that point? Where are you from?
I'm from LA, born and raised.
Okay.
Oh, cool, man. We'll have to do a live in person.
Yeah, out here?
Yeah. We're in LA. We're in Burbank.
We can bring you the cheesecake.
Yeah. Well, she makes some amazing cheesecake.
That's right up the street.
He only has it once a year, guys. So let's not.
Well, when that happens,
you don't want to overdo it.
We have the good stuff.
Yeah.
Look, warm cheesecake is on my writer list. So just so y'all know. Nah, but yeah, no. I mean, I started at a young age. Then I started learning how to play keys. At 16, learn how to play bass. At 18, I was late. I'm a late.
And is that
a lot
all?
Of people start young, but I didn't.
Is that all self-taught, or were you taking lessons?
Oh no, I was taking lessons. I was trying to self-teach myself, and it just wasn't working. I'm like, yeah, I need help because I don't know how to make chords or any of this nonsense that I hear people talking about.
So, out of the different instruments that you were playing, what did you lean into the most? Were you more into the keys, or you were more into the bass?
I love the bass more than I love the keys, but I played the keys more. I actually played in a church youth band. I played keys in a church youth band. And I mean, I use it obviously more for making beats, you know, with my MIDI keyboard. But I really do love playing the bass more than I love playing the keys.
And did you continue to make your own beats, or did you wind up outsourcing that to someone else?
No. Kept making them. Not even really till recently have I outsourced some beat making when I took on some projects earlier this year, just because my schedule.
Right.
You know, I outsourced it and brought some musicians in and brought somebody to do the programming, and then I just, you know, produced the rest of the record out.
Got you. All right, I'm going to put things on hold for 1 second because Mama Froggle Day wants to hop in and say something. What do you got?
Mama Ribbit was just asking about more cowbell.
More cowbell?
That's yeah. So that's you're gonna have to bear with us, folks. These jokes are not gonna be the heavy hitters as you would hope. I know. I deliver some sauce and heat, but yeah. I guess more cowbell is what my mom would like instead of bass or
listen,
keys.
There's always room for more cowbell.
I
don't think Mama Froggle Day is wrong about that.
No, never.
But let's go ahead and play one of the tracks that Tipz sent in and see what kind of music he's making. If that's cool with you, Tipz, and if you want to let us know which of the tracks that you sent in you'd like us to start with.
Oh, cool. You can start with Versions of Me. This is by artist Jazzy. She's in the space. Phenomenal artist. This was on Sound XYZ back in August and sold out in like 2 minutes. So all these songs that I sent over are in Web3 as well.
Okay, cool. And then, so you made the beat for this. Did you have any vocal track on this or any other instrumentation? Yeah.
Oh yeah, and so I produced. I think I did everything on this one. I didn't have any musicians on. She did the vocal production. I mixed and I mastered it. So yeah,
awesome.
All right, let's check it out. Versions of Me.
It's up, baby.
Me thinking, yeah, how I've never and it's true to the 1,000 degree. Yeah, 'cause every time I look back, turn past, I don't like what I see. Yeah, can't blame no one else now. I gotta do me. My path is written and it is golden. My path is written and it is golden. Look I'm just a flying, just a master. I'm just trying to masterpiece. I was a catastrophe. Gave my all to everyone. Gave my all to everyone. Never thought to save me now. Finally, I'm waking up. Look, I'm just a masterpiece. I'm just trying to masterpiece. I was a catastrophe. Gave my all to everyone. Never thought to save me so. Finally, I'm waking up.
All right. Let me tell you something. That was dope. That was a vibe. I really dug it. And A-Bomb was asking me that what I think your inspiration in terms of where you pulled that kind of music from was. So wanted to get into that a little bit because that had some definite old school R&B vibes.
For sure,
Yeah, man.
Yeah, for sure. I love old school R&B at heart. And in this particular case, with producing this song out, I was really saying to myself, how can I make space in a beat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how can I provide more space? Because the original beat didn't sound like that. But when the vocals came, and this is where real production comes into play. Like, once the vocals is on top, the song is written.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how can I build this out and create space for the vocals, and still do some cool things with the instruments as well, so down to the drum pattern, the chops, the way the synth is going. That is a synth I actually created from scratch.
That's awesome.
And like it's.
And
it
what program are you working in?
I'm using Logic.
Okay.
So I use Logic to produce out of, and I use Pro Tools to mix, but the plugin I used to create that synth is called Serum. If anybody's familiar with Serum, really, really dope plugin. It's mainly for EDM, but I like to use EDM sounds and infuse them with R&B. Like, I really love EDM music just in general, but I like to, kind of cross those lines and snatch those sounds up and put R&B chords, some jazz chords in it, and, just give it its own life.
I definitely want to get more into your process, but real quick, I just want to set the room, because if I don't set the room, I can't reset the room. I never set the room.
You didn't set the room,
I know. I'm
Bingus.
over here floating in the abyss. So, thank you for joining us today. We are Sapo Studios. Our goal is to bring the majority of profits and ownership rights back into the hands of musicians. We operate under the umbrella of the Notorious Frog NFT project, aka Frogland. Do your own research, but get involved. We have plans to unveil a marketplace where you can buy and sell stems and do a whole lot more. But until then, we're jamming, chatting it up with artists about music, life, and NFTs. We have Tipz in the studio today. Thank you for joining us, Tipz. And I do want to talk about, with respect to your production, how does that all start? Are you constantly, thinking of melodies as you're walking around day to day and you're recording them into your phone, and then you pull those into the studio, and that's where you begin? Does someone come to you with an idea, and then you kind of work from there? Is it all just, you get into the studio, someone has lyrics, and you're like, all right, let's hear what your lyrics are, and I'll kind of feel what the vibe is? Where do you start?
I love that you said that. It's really all of the above. Like, there's no way that I ever start a beat or a song the same way. sometimes I will have the whole beat recorded in my phone and my voice notes. I'll know all the parts, and I'll just have to come in the studio and play them. Sometimes I'll start with a loop that I find somewhere. Sometimes I may start with a sample. I just started doing that like within like 2 years ago. Prior to that, I never really started with samples, but it was more of a challenge to start with samples because I don't like to be boxed in. I usually add samples in later, so I can do what I want to do with, chord progressions and such. But yeah, it's really all of the above. I'll get in the studio with some artists. Sometimes they want me to play beats. Sometimes they want to, they'll start writing from there. And then, once the song is done, I'll, produce it out, see what needs to be added or subtracted. And sometimes it's literally them saying, hey, I like those chords on that beat, or I like that sound. Can we build something else around that? Or sometimes they want to cook up from scratch, just straight up, which is fun, and there's times I have musicians in the room. I'll have keyboard player. If I'm not playing keys, I'll have me on bass, or a bass player if I'm not playing bass, a guitar player, and we're just vibing. And the writer or the artist is vibing with us, and I like that, and we literally press record and we will play for hours straight, and the artist is over there just writing, and then they'll hop in the booth when they're ready. I'll just hop on Pro Tools real quick, and just kind of arrange it real quick. Had an engineer chop it up, but then I arrange it real quick, and then we're recording. So it's a lot of different ways, honestly.
That sounds so organic. I mean, I remember Lauryn Hill in an interview describing how she made music, and it sounds very similar to that same concept where you just set a tone and a vibe, and then you just see where it goes, and it evolves into whatever it evolves in. But one of the main things I like that you keep bringing up is the subtracting. Because that's one thing, too, is I've heard, I'm a terrible reporter over here, but I know we've talked to other artists that have, shared the same sentiment where sometimes it's like you need to take something out of the song, not add it to it. And that's a very, I think, keen understanding is that, like, sometimes people are, like, looking what to always add, but instead it's like maybe you don't need to add anything at all. You take it away. So I love that perspective. Addition by subtraction. Yes, it is. That's the term. Super pivotal in production. Well, what's also and that's something. Oh, go ahead. No, just the last thing. The thing that you said about building off of a sound, because that's something as well. Interestingly enough, that we want to do in our part of our plans is that when have a musician or an engineer, producer like yourself, be able to build a beat or look online and find beats, and somebody's like, you know what, I don't like the whole thing, but I love this violin in the background. I want to buy that stem and go off of that. And you're already describing that of what you do in real life. So it's just a great use case to see it actually happening in the background. Like literally, I can find something out of like the most weirdest song, or like I usually can find something that I can take and build off of, and that I would like to hone in on, So that concept, that you guys are talking about is actually really dope, just in general, because, there's times where it's like, I have to replay it, or this is app called Moises that actually separates everything now. It's actually pretty crazy. It's a cheat code, but I mean, it's times it's like, I just want that piano, like. Everything else is great, but what I want to do with, I just want that piano, So that's dope that y'all talking about doing that.
And when you were talking initially about how when you started out, you felt like a lot of what you were doing was trash. At what point did you feel confident enough to start, going out there and saying, okay, this is a good beat. I'm going to go ahead and approach an artist and try to make something out of this?
It was back when I was an artist myself. I felt like the beat was pretty okay. But the song that I had on top of it, I felt like was catchy, and I played it, for some friends at school. And it actually sparked like a movement. Everybody then wanted to download Fruity Loops. I had the crack version at the time, and I was passing that thing around. And everybody wanted to start doing beats. Everybody wanted to become an artist after that. Like it really inspired a lot of people. And at that point, that's when I knew I'm like, I think I may be onto something, as just an artist and a beat maker, because they wanted my beats. They're like, can you make me some beats? So I was at like the age of 17 when that happened.
Did you feel more of a fire under you to kind of, produce more stuff at that point because now it's like, oh shit, I sparked everyone's creativity. Now I've got a lot of competition. Everyone's out there making beats. What the hell did I just do?
Yeah, it actually did, but I took a different direction. So instead of just cranking out beats left and right, because I never could really. I always tried to do the Kanye West 5 beats a day for like a different what's that 5 beats a day over summer. Like I never could do that like consistently, right? I always took a long time on my beats, and I had to just be okay with that. So the direction I took was learning how to play instruments. I feel like that would give me an advantage over everybody else. Because you're right, everybody did start doing beats, and some of them was like I was teaching people, and they were like getting better than me in a shorter period of time. You know, I didn't have nobody to sit there and teach me, right, you know, or provide me with a sound. So, you know, my advantage was I'm gonna just learn how to play an instrument, and that's the lane I'm gonna go in, so I can be able to produce and work with pretty much anybody I ever want to.
Well, yeah, and it allows you to kind of speak a different language as well, because now you're not just, you know, mixing things together on the board, but you actually know how to speak that musical language so that the singer comes in and you know about keys and octaves and what note that is, and you can have a real conversation about where this song should go.
Big facts. It allows you to speak to the artist, the writer. It also allows you to speak to other musicians when you know the chords they're talking about, and you know the chords that you want played. You know, if you know where you want a passing chord at, you know if you want to modulate and actually how to do it, you know, like just understanding how to make things a bit more simple. If you're doing, you know, more pop stuff, or if you want to, you know, add 7ths and 9ths and 13ths to it and, you know, make it more R&B. Like just understanding how to do that, it goes a long way.
Absolutely. Listen, I do want to hear another one of the songs that you sent us, because I can tell just from the way that you're talking that you've got a lot of variety. So I'm imagining that we're going to hear something a little bit different on this next track. I could be completely wrong. But out of the next two that you sent, which would you like us to play next?
You could play Light It Up. Light Up. That was a fun record that me and my boys did. Got guitar on there by Lucas Slater, phenomenal guitar player. But yeah, that was a fun record, and it was a challenge to Jazzy. This is again the artist Jazzy in the Space, phenomenal artist. It was a challenge to her to write about something, you know, different, and I kind of played A&R in a bit, you know. And I was like, yo, I got a beat that I really think that you can like get on top of and kill. Something that she normally wouldn't write to. So yeah, this was fun. It's my record.
Awesome. Let's hear it. Light it up. Spin that ASAP.
Head to the sky in the mood, babe. Place for some climb. You know what you do to me. Oh, just 2 or 3, whoa.
That was dope. And I have to say, Tipz, what I really love about what you're doing is that, like, not everyone brings in live instrumentation into, you know, loops and beats and music 100. Like that. And it's got that whole old kind of like Santana vibe, whereas there's that mixing of the styles. And I really just love that when the guitar came in at the end, it's powerful because it's like, it's a whole nother, you know, sector.
Man, thank you. First of all, I really appreciate that. It really means a lot that, you know, you received it that way. For me, there's certain songs that I refuse to put out or consider finished until I hear what it is I want to hear on it. The song was great. It was really great before the guitar got put on there, right? But I heard where I wanted the guitar and what I wanted it to do, and then there's a mixture of that and letting the musician be them, right? And let them free flow and taking apart and picking and placing things that they do in certain parts that they play that you didn't ask them to do, which is always fun. But there were certain things that I knew that I wanted. I knew I wanted that solo. I knew I wanted to call it response. I knew I wanted it on certain elements, responding to certain things that, you know, she's saying, you know, like, pedals in the air, I'm levitating, and it does a it's just like this. That's how I visually see what she's saying.
See, and musically, and that's so cool, right? To hear that as the process, because now you're looking at, or I'm looking at you as an engineer as another instrument. What would you call it? Instrumentational instrument. I'm like
instrumental builder,
instrumentalist. I don't know, but as another person, it's another tool. It's another person playing an instrument almost, and it's like you have these live instruments, you have the singer, but then this person that's mixing everything up, that's deciding placement, that's saying, you know what we need right here. Like that's another like instrument almost to the process, and it's amazing to hear it in that way.
Your mind is a musical instrument, essentially.
No, you're absolutely right. I think you have a benefit as an engineer if you do music as well. And you have a benefit as a producer if you engineer, right? Like, I think they go hand in hand, and I'm really grateful. That's something that I decided to jump into, you know, early on, my early 20s, and go to school to learn engineering. 'Cause I knew, like, everything that I did was to become a better producer. I learned instruments to become a better producer. I learned songwriting to become a better producer, to be able to help songwriters, you know, arrange their songs or help them with lyrics or help them with melodies. I learned vocal production, how to do harmonies, just really like the way it, like, harmonies simplistically, when it was broken down to me that they're just chords, that opened my mind. Something that's very simple that somebody told me is like, they're just chords and you're singing it.
Right.
I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah.
That's harmony. So
it's like the
everything I learned
D chord
was to become a better producer, and that includes engineering. So no, I really I really appreciate y'all saying that. Like y'all get it. Y'all really do get it.
And are you working out of a home studio, or do you rent a space?
No, I did have a space from 2019 to pandemic 2020. But no, I actually just let it go last year, this year, 2022. But I didn't use it much, obviously, throughout the pandemic, as much as I would have liked to. But most of this stuff came from home studios. Like that beat that came, it was like half home studio, half a actual studio.
And throughout the pandemic, were you kind of doing stuff more remote in the sense that you're making your beats on one end, the singer is putting down their vocal track on their end, and then you're mixing it together, and you're never actually meeting in person for some of those songs?
Well, I did. Not these songs, though. Versions of Me, that beat was created at home during the pandemic when I was just going crazy during the month of April and May, just cranking out beats like crazy. And that was done at a studio, at my old studio, with the artists as well. But I was sending out beats to artists, and they would send me back demos. But what I learned is the vibe just wasn't the same. I was so used to, at least the writers that was writing to my beats, I was always in the studio with them, working with them. And the vibe wasn't the same for them, and the vibe wasn't the same for me. So that didn't last very long.
Yeah, there's something happens when, you know, you have everyone in person that that organic vibe that you create, and something very special can come out of that. One thing I did want to kind of point to was that Doc Frogleday's mama over here, Mama Ribbit, and I were talking earlier about how, Web3 and kind of what we're trying to do gives more exposure to artists that don't have that kind of exposure currently. And it's such a pleasure and a privilege to hear the artists that you've brought together, because those 2 tracks were awesome. And that's really what we're trying to do is get that word out. And I kind of want to use that to transition into how you got into Web3 and what you're doing with your platform. So why don't you tell us, like, what initially got you into Web3?
Oh, man. I started in Bitcoin back in 2018, just a regular retail buyer.
Yep.
And that was that was fun. I came right when everything crashed, but
just in time.
I was just in time. I really think I'm a jinx and I crashed the market, but that's neither here nor there. It's okay. It recovered.
All right, Tipz. This is your last time on the show. That's it. Okay. I got money invested. I don't need you crashing the market.
I came into crypto and rug the whole space. My bad. I did a Sam. I'm sorry.
I like that you made a presence when you entered.
Yeah, he knows how to make a splash.
Oh my gosh, no. So I learned more about altcoins in 2020. And started getting into DeFi. I heard of NFTs like one time. It was a music NFT back in like December of 2020, but I didn't know what the hell it was. I'm like, okay. I just passed over it. I really fully learned about NFTs like late January. And I just started diving in deep. And by February, like, we knew we wanted to build a platform and that in crypto, like just in this market, in this sector. And the platform we were going to build is basically an NFT platform, but we didn't know about NFTs, right? And what happened was, once I learned about NFTs and started diving deeper, I took a look around the market, and this was before it was even like 10, it wasn't even 10 marketplaces out at the time when we decided, but we knew, like, give it a year, it's going to be 1 million of them, which it is. But,
right.
We took a different approach. And really did a slow build and really did a lot of learning first. And our journey was a bit different. We started out collecting in the space before anything. It took a while to find devs, and shout out to Big Gallery, who's in the audience right now, our lead technologist.
I was gonna stop you real quick and ask, you keep saying we, so who are you working with?
So Big Gallery down in the crowd, his name is Dave. River White, she's our chief visionary. We have Jen Melody, who's our storytelling savant. We have Jen, leader of Coin. We have BG, who does Wakonomy Wellness Wednesdays. If you guys have ever tuned into those are freaking amazing, and they help keep us all sane in this crazy space. So yeah, we have a really great team. We're still slowly building it out, but we've really bootstrapped everything that we built up to this point. And we took a strong pivot and announced that, Wakonomy will be a service NFT marketplace. And what that will basically do is allow creators and collectors to buy and sell services as NFTs. So for me, I'm dropping a mix pass this month. And basically, if you purchase it, you have access to my mixing services. I'll mix your song, your, audio, spoken word, audio book, whatever you have.
That's awesome.
I'll mix that. And, just really want to introduce that concept more in this space. And the thing is, some people do it and they don't know that they're doing it. And there's others that, had careers before Web3 and were doing service-based gigs and businesses, and kind of had to stop that in Web3 to kind of learn this space and, pivot and do something different. But, we want to create that lane to where you can do both. Like, you don't have to just be a dev. Maybe, you did some type of consultation before, or, maybe, you did food prep. The sky's really the limit as far as services that you can provide, and really building what that looks like out.
I had been thinking for quite some time, because I do freelance video, and I had been thinking because
fire.
People don't pay me often, or like it'll be like a thing where it takes time to get
paid. He is always running after people for his money, and it's insane.
Like, once I learned about smart contracts and NFTs, and I was like, holy crap, should I be one of the first people to figure out how to do freelance video through NFTs? So are you saying I could come to your platform?
Yes.
And essentially do a video service?
Yeah, I love this because, Tipz, what you're talking about too, like certain people are like, okay, I'm going to use the technology for this, which is already being used, but I love what you're doing is finding another use case for it, because really we're at the tip of the iceberg. We're at the Tipz tip of the iceberg, if you will. You know what I'm saying? And for real though, it's like one of those things where I love when people identify sort of a problem and find a solution for that, utilizing new technology, and therefore making everyone's life that is seeking this, this thing. Literally, we have one of our producers right here, ASAP Froggy, and he's like, holy shit, this sounds exactly like something I would use. So again, finding use cases and for individuals to use them, I just hats off, my man.
Is there a way?
like this is, what was you about to say?
Is there a way that the client can just use a credit card, but it'll still be involving
and
like a
that is what we're working on. That is what we're working on.
If
like
you need
this
help,
process,
we might be able to help you with because we know some frogs that are pretty gifted.
Because
if you know
I
what
think
I'm saying.
that the biggest thing standing in the way for some of the clients I would work with would be like paying in crypto.
Yep. You nailed it. I will literally tell you a story right now. This is hilarious. I told my client that I was doing a project for it was a 4-song mix project, and I told her, I'm like, hey, I'm about to drop an NFT. It's called it's a mix pass NFT, and I basically explained to her what it was. I'm like, basically what I'm doing for you, you could buy as an NFT, and I'm actually selling it for 40% less than what you're paying me now, like as a way to get some of my clients into Web3. It's like, yo, save money and come over here and learn this, and I'll teach you, I'll onboard you, and you can actually purchase it, right? They decided that, they weren't ready for it, NFTs and Web3, it scares them, and they will rather pay more. So,
unbelievable.
Like, you're dead on. Like, if it was a credit card option, they would actually buy. They would jump in. Over time, you have to meet people where they are. You have to allow them to want to be in this space on their own. You can't force it, and that's something that I've learned over the last 2 years. Even just a call that I had last night, it was like, I heard you about it. I heard you in crypto. It's somebody I ain't talked to in years. They're like, yeah, I heard you in crypto. No, I don't want to join. I'm like, man, I ain't even calling you about that. I'm just trying to see how you been.
Well, that's the thing, that people that are deep into it, like we are, like you are, everyone assumes that everything that comes out of your mouth is going to be about NFTs and cryptocurrency. So I totally get that. But no, it's, some people aren't ready for that next move. We've talked about how when the internet first came out, people didn't know what the hell that was. And people were like, yeah, I'm going to stay away from that.
David Letterman made fun of it on his show.
Go.
Yeah.
It's just something that, like, once things become widely adopted, then it's like, oh, okay, now I understand what they were talking about. Holy shit, they were talking about that way back when, and I could have been a part of it. And their heads are going to spin.
People are getting stuck on the JPEG cartoon images, and they're missing
the actual
the technology underneath it, which is, hello, people, smart contracts. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Exactly, and this is where Wakonomy steps in. Like, this is where it's to say, hey, this is something you can actually use. Like, people need your freelance video services. So, like, that's a thing.
So hold on. So,
but I love to be paid. I love yes. when they are when the services are delivered, and if there's a smart
you don't need to get paid, man. We've established that already. But let's you've mentioned Wakonomy a couple of times now. I know about the platform a little bit now, but I know that you have a show as well, is my understanding. So why don't you give us a little bit of a breakdown of what you guys do on the show and how that plays into your whole integrates into your idea.
So my NFT producers spaces is on Mondays at 1 p.m. Pacific time. Definitely tune in. This Monday we're going to be playing some more fire beats. That was more so a side ideal for me personally, because I didn't see anybody talk about producers in Web3. And I've seen the same thing that happens in Web2. Like, we just really forgot and overlooked, unless you're like, big name Timbaland, Pharrell and them. Like, we were just getting overlooked as usual, and I didn't want to see that in Web3. So I started the producer spaces back in late January of this year, and just been slowly building it up. Really providing resources, connecting producers with songwriters, connecting them with engineers, connecting them with musicians, and connecting them with other producers, interviewing artists in Web3 and artists in Web2. So I really have a mixture and work to bridge that gap. Some of the producers that I know from Web2 are now in Web3 and active, and some have dropped and some are going to drop soon. So that how that ties to Wakonomy is because this is what we do. Like, I produce for clients, right? That's a service. I mix for clients. I master for clients. Songwriting, vocal tuning. The list goes on and on. So it's like all of these things that we naturally do, now they have a place in Web3 that they will be able to provide those services and do it as well. And it doesn't mean stop what you're doing in Web2 because that money is still real.
Yes.
So I'm still going to do Web2 things, but now I also have expanded my market into Web3, and that's just an extra stream, of income.
Not to mention the fact that those people that are stuck in Web2, so to speak, they're going to catch on at some point. So those Web 2 clients are going to become your Web 3 clients.
And you know when that is? It's when they don't even realize they're using Wakonomy. Like someone like Gabriel, ASAP Froggy over here, keep doxing people, man. My bad. My mom's giving me a what the hell look right now. You don't even know what doxing means, right? But what I'm saying is that like when somebody realizes, like they hear, oh, okay, I can actually do this through word of mouth or whatever, they may not even understand it. And like Gabriel's saying, again, dox you again, sorry, that we can use a credit card. So again, there's no Web3, there's no cryptocurrency part of this, and they seamlessly can use this to, again, solve a problem that is an ongoing issue in their lives. And when that starts happening, it's like those that knew, like if you know, you know, those that were those that did know. I know that sounds crazy right there, but those are the people that are going to be positioned in such a way that even if you weren't building something like that, you're aware of these things that you can maybe help others, direct them to, or even maybe invest in an early age, because, you know, we've seen a lot of opportunity in that.
And it's definitely a thing that it's not just for, like, freelance people. Because, like, for some of the clients that I work for, like, I've heard that they don't get paid by some of the vendors that they work with, by some of the, like, people that rent out the building don't pay certain elements down the line. So, like, huge corporations could start using smart contracts, could start using Wakonomy.
There we go.
And they will. They will. That's exactly the point. Like, you know, even when I do live sound gigs, even like the company that I do it with, you know, I envision them coming over to this space and, you know, tapping into the Web3 market. Like they can be providing their services for Art Basel. You know, they could be providing their service for NFT NYC, so on and so forth. Like, you know, renting equipment out, providing the sound engineers, so on and so forth. But again, you're not chasing people down. Like in this music business, I'm still pretty old. I'm never fully paid. I'm still owed money from like 5 years ago, 7 years ago, Jesus. 1 year ago. Like I'm always chasing people down, right? And the thing is, like, no, like, so I'm like, that's been a normal thing throughout my career. And this technology, you know, it deads that. Like it's a wrap, right? So
absolutely,
this is and even with the credit card side, like you said, like there's going to come a time, you know, because even what we're going to do is with the education, like it'll be right there. Like if they want to actually get their NFT, you know, onto the into their actual wallet, so on and so forth, yada yada. And go through that process of learning, like we'll have the education there for them to do so. So it's just when they're ready. Like, and again, don't force people to learn technology that they're not ready to learn. Like, and it's just
let them miss
them
out.
where they are,
screw them,
and provide a utility for it.
Yeah, well, I agree with that, and I think that's, you know, it's the saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And if anything, you're sort of pushing them away further when you do sort of bombard somebody, and you're like, no, but like, you just don't get it.
There's people we know now that never want to have anything to do with NFTs.
There's
ever.
a few of them. A few of them.
And it's like, okay,
one being my girlfriend. She hates it when
you're
I talk
going to
about
miss
NFTs.
out. That's fine. I want to go ahead and reset the room one more time, and then I do want to hear that last song that Tipz sent in. So we are Sapo Studios. Our goal is to bring the majority of profits and ownership rights back into the hands of musicians. We operate under the umbrella of the Notorious Frog NFT Project, a.k.a. Frogland. Do your own research, but get involved. We have plans to unveil a marketplace where you can buy and sell stems and do a whole lot more. But until then, we're jamming, chatting it up with artists about music, life, and NFTs. Today we've had the pleasure of speaking with Tipz, who's talked to us about music production, given us some really interesting perspectives. Really appreciate you being here with us. You've worked with a ton of amazing artists, it sounds like. Just the 2 songs that you played for us, the singers were phenomenal. The instrumentalists were phenomenal. And we do want to talk to you more about maybe getting in touch with some artists.
I was just about to say, Dave Length.
Yeah, I know where you're going. I could see it in your brain,
I would love
man.
to talk to Jazzy and hear what you really thinks of Tipz.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll get the beef on you, man.
But it's been awesome picking your brain, and we really appreciate you sharing some of your time with us and being here with us today. We're gonna go ahead and play that last song that you sent in right now, and then we're gonna transition into a jam session. And don't worry, we'll say goodbye to you beforehand. I'm not just going to play a song and cut you off.
I was just about to say, man, I'm going to
gotta warm up the cheesecake.
I'm going to go get my microwave cheesecake before we say
go.
goodbye.
But
We're putting it to the test, Tipz.
But what's this last song called, ASAP, that we have over here?
Let me see. It is called another one featuring Jazzy.
Okay.
Called Cam Murdoch.
Cam Murdoch. Oh, and is there anything you want to say about this track?
I'm like, which one did I send y'all? So it's Intuition Remix. Yeah. Jazzy featuring Cam Murdoch. Cam Murdoch is a super dope artist in this space, host of Future Serve Radio, one of my favorite spaces in this space. This one was fun. I have live instrumentation on this one as well. Keys, bass. I'm not playing the bass guitar on this one. I did play the original bass, and I sent it off to a bass player that was doper than me, and he laced it up. This one was fun too.
That's awesome. Fair enough, and to recognize that, you've got an idea, but maybe you can't see it out, bring it to fruition, but somebody else can, and being humble enough to pass that along for the sake of the music, good on you.
Yeah, man.
That's most
it's about the music, man.
I'm like,
absolutely.
It's got to be me, man.
All right, let's go ahead and hear Intuition. Check it out.
I know what I know to be true. Ain't no second guessing. How many times I gotta tell you it's intuition? 'Cause everything ain't what it seems. Who are the late nights that look in your eye? Tell me what I need. What I need. Done drag me in some crazy shit. Ain't no coincidence. You done pull me on this weirdo shit. Things will never be the same, I promise.
I know it's something you've been feeling. It's just something I've been meaning to tell you, but I just can't find the words. I've been looking at the stars, can't say that I paid attention. I ain't never need their permission. I'm in too deep, that's my intuition. I was in love, now I'm in the trenches. No penny pinching, but I think I need change. Promises that I failed to keep to you got me enslaved. Don't wanna lose you, no I can't fool you. So I gotta move on, and you gotta move too. Feeling like Usher when he got that text. Ain't a comment, but I can't confess. Truth gon' hurt, but the lies I stretch will supply my stress. Damn. If I come clean now, can we start out fresh? Need something strong to sip. Courage dripping from my lip. I know some people could work it out, but I know we ain't all equipped. For once, I'ma take a stand. But shorty, I think you should sit. 'Cause if we make it through this rift,
things will never be the same, I promise.
Another beautiful song. And, I have to say, Tipz, it's so easy for a good song to become a bad song if it's not mixed properly. And these songs were all mixed so well. So, again, just really, really well done. Beautiful stuff.
Man, appreciate that. That was another fun record. I pinned it to the top. That's actually still on sale on Catalog 101. Go cop that .757E.
Yeah,
but,
so are all of these songs available on streaming platforms as well, or are they just up for purchase as NFTs?
Right now, just NFTs. The original Intuition is on DSPs, but not Intuition Remix as of now. But they will be once she drops her EP, which I am executive producing and obviously producing on as well. So
that is awesome. We have a really exciting moment here in the old kitchen studio. ASAP Froggy has heated up a piece of cheesecake in the microwave. And we got a live tasting going on of some warm cheesecake. And if it tastes like crap, we're gonna blame Tipz.
No,
okay.
Tipz.
Clearly, he knows how to mix.
How
a
much
song.
did he warm it up? Is it melted all over the place?
That's what I said.
Did he follow the instructions?
So there were complaints that it's not melted enough. So he's popping it back in.
You said it's like right before it falls apart, like right before it gets
right before it's about to. It feels like it's about to fall and melt. Like that's when you stop.
It's like pre cheesecake soup.
You did 1 minute 15 seconds. Yo, oh my God, Tipz.
It changed your life?
Oh, dude. So, not to mention, shout out to Dan Fry's wife, Denny, one of our partners.
Oh my God, Denny Fry makes the best cheesecake.
She makes the best cheesecake.
From here to Timbuktu.
Yeah.
I'm getting thumbs down in the audience by Dave. Gary, that's funny.
Dave's like, yo, this
so
is
how
good
it?
is
All right,
that?
I guess I have to hop in on this and see what the rage is all about. All right, so warm. Interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm gonna be in the team of no. See, I'm from New York. I've been eating cheesecake all my life. I grew up a little chubby boy, so I knew cheesecake very well. And there's nothing like a nice,
it's like a
fresh, cold piece of cheesecake with that.
Cheesecake's not cold.
No. But here's the best part, and here's why this doesn't work. Okay, one of the best parts of the cheesecake is the difference in textures. So you're getting like that creamy texture from like the cheesy whatever, and maybe like that whipped cream. But then you have the crunch of the graham cracker crust. You miss that crunch when you go ahead and put it in the microwave and heat it up. I'm sorry, it's just I can't do it.
I don't know if you've noticed. Well, you haven't because you haven't tuned into our show before. But it turns into a cooking show every now and again.
We've talked about pasta.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, well, yeah, we've hit a few of them, but dude, I like it, Tipz. I think it's good.
But you're also a weirdo when it comes to food.
You understand it.
You're commiserating with the wrong guy here, Tipz. All right, this is a guy that I used to live with that had like huge cans of olives and tuna fish, and he's going back and forth with spoons.
Yeah, I would also eat.
I don't know that this is the guy to be talking about. You know how good.
I'm gonna hop on the Tipz train as well as the A-bomb train.
There we go.
I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna say it's kind of like pumpkin pie. I could eat it both ways.
No, I don't.
More cold.
You heard it here first, folks. ASAP Froggy goes both ways when it comes to cheesecake, pumpkin pie, and maybe a couple other things. I don't know.
I think it's like amazing. I think it's like a cheesecake
I love it.
brownie.
I got a new follower. I got a new follower of the warm cheesecake code.
Dude,
There
I'm
you
gonna
go.
be telling people. I'm gonna be spreading the word. I'm like, have you heard the legend of Tipz loves warm cheesecake?
I'm thinking like, you know how Kiss had the Kiss Army? You need the Cheesecake Army, man.
Let's
and
go.
I think you're building it right now.
That was delicious.
I'm not going to be a part of it, but I wish you the best of luck with all that because
You didn't like it, huh?
I didn't. No, I'm telling you need that crunch
Texture.
it's
Bingus is a man that has a fine taste of food.
if I know nothing else, I know food. Okay.
He knows his pasta.
But no, Tipz, thank you so much for being here with us today. We really appreciate your time. And
I really appreciate y'all. Like this, first off, this was really, really fun. This was definitely invite me out more to just come and pull up and listen and vibe whenever I'm free. I definitely will. Thank y'all for giving me a chance to talk about the platform, everything we're building at Wakonomy. Y'all, please check the pinned tweet up top. If you have not collected the Wakonomy collection NFT, please go ahead and do so. It's name your price. You can get it for as low as 1 penny worth of Ethereum. .00001 ETH.
Transaction fee is going to be more than the actual cost of the NFT legend.
Amazing.
Yeah, no, this is legendary. Everybody that's collected thus far. I've already dropped a free beat NFT, which had an open license for everybody that collected before November 21st. I'm dropping another gift this month. I'm not going to say what it is, but for all the subscribers, when you buy this NFT, you become a subscriber to Wakonomy, and a lot of cool, dope things. Go to wakonomy.com. Check it out. Appreciate y'all.
Well, Mama Ribbit said cool, and I agree. That is fucking cool. You guys are doing some great stuff, and it looks like she wants to hop on. What do you got to say, Mama Ribbit?
Hey, Tipz, I really have enjoyed your music. I am a
thank you.
R&B fan, so that was nice to hear it. And I am very humbled and proud of these three boys, or I shouldn't say, I'm sorry, gentlemen in front of me. I am amazed.
They say your boys.
Yes, they're my boys. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. Thank you for taking the time, and thank you for enjoying it. And if you're on Twitter, I'm going to follow you. Just follow me. I'll follow back.
We got to get her one. We're going to name it Mama Ribbit.
Absolutely. And listen, Tipz, I don't know if you have another minute just so we can see if anyone in the audience wants to hop up, because we usually do like to give people an opportunity to speak to the artist.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right, cool. Yeah, so if anyone out there, and we'll only hold you another minute if no one hops up, but if anyone wants to hop up, I know sometimes we got a shy audience, but
we'll give it a minute too, because the latency issue that we've run into. So.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm babbling on here for a minute, kind of vamping while
I think
while
you should
people
take another
think.
bite of the cheesecake.
You're pretty good at it. Yeah, just double check.
You know what? No,
Double check.
No, okay. I did my due diligence. I went ahead and tried it. And I gave it a shot, and it's not for me.
Wine bags.
Fine.
You got to go get yourself some cheesecake and go warm it up.
Warm it up.
Don Love, I see you done Lobo. All you got to go
Listen,
get some.
hold on.
Now.
I know that two of the three of us are in favor of this, but we're not promoting warm cheesecake on
dude,
this show. That's where I'm going to put my foot down. Okay, I am
cheesecake.
No. Oh, Tipz with the reverb. Come on, man. Trying to hypnotize our audience.
Excellent. All right. Well, I think that's going to be it for us today on the interview tips. We're going to get into a bit of a jam session, so anyone feel free to stay around and listen to what funky jams we're going to mix up today. And I'll let Bingus play us out.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Tipz.
Appreciate y'all.
Really
have a good one,
you.
man.
Thank you, bro. So last week we went off the top of your head, Mr. Bingus.
Yeah, and that's a scary place
very
to be for me especially.
Yeah.
So
it's a very vast, empty, dark space.
You're familiar. You've been there.
Huh?
You're familiar with it. You've been there.
With what?
You're a special kind of man. Okay, so
I have been there, and that's why I don't get it.
It's
also a dark, vast space in my mind.
Yeah, it just sucks everything out of your face. Yeah. I get it. So what I do want to do is I want to play what we finished last week. Because we kind of...
Oh, yeah, that was sick.
We were playing... I want to say we, but really you were playing around with the song more after we ended the show.
You were sitting there twiddling your thumbs.
Yeah, I was sitting there twiddling my thumbs like, hey, man, it's time for lunch.
Yeah,
and you're like, yeah, but like, what if we add this? And I'm like, I love you. And that sounds great. But what would also sound great are like some chicken fingers. So, that's the thing, is that like, it's... You gotta have people around you that are motivated. I'm an asshole that's more interested in chicken fingers, but this guy over here, he's pushing the creative boundaries, and that's why I love him.
Didn't like the warm cheesecake.
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna ask, Mama Ribbit. What did you think of the warm cheesecake?
It was good.
It was good.
So there's three of us.
So
now we are totally.
I am
showing
not
it.
liking this. I feel ganged up on.
3 against 1.
Okay. All right. We got
Tarantula Falcon.
We got Mrs. Froggle Day chiming in from the background saying that she doesn't like warm cheesecake.
Yeah, so my mother's significant other over here says that he is not even willing to try it. He dislikes the idea.
All right, so that sounds like 3 on 3.
Strong.
That sounds like 3 on 3.
Yeah, we might have to have Apollo and Kiki try it, our two dogs, and let them be the deciders.
Yeah, let's get them both really sick. Okay. Anyway, go ahead and play last week's track ASAP so people can see what we put together. I think it came out pretty freaking cool based on where we started with my silly little voice recording of me humming into the phone and what it came out as. And I do want to mention that I think it was on Splice you were saying you got some of these vocal tracks that basically what ASAP did was he took the tempo of the song and he went on to Splice and he said,
the key.
And he said, okay, types those things in and then is able to find vocal tracks that will literally fit into your song. Which
not everyone
fits.
Yeah.
If I would have been here, I could have done it for you guys. So
yeah. If you were here, you would have just you got pipes. He found some really cool stuff to throw on the track, and it was really exciting to hear it develop. And it was interesting for me because I didn't really know that kind of stuff was out there. That there are people just kind of throwing down these little snippets of vocal stems that are exactly for this type of thing, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you guys found some of my stuff, is what you're saying?
Yeah, we found some of your tracks, and we tweaked them a bit so that they sounded, halfway decent, like a girl.
Yeah. We'll let this play in a loop for a little bit, and we'll get set up to have a little jam session.
Yeah, I want to make some the music kind of. Can we do a vibe? The one that I was saying. If you want to get shit done, then you got like something like that, like something like that.
Well,
we do a hard vocal.
We could. I mean, so. Listen, crazy man. I did come up with another beginning part.
Can we build off that?
We can build off of because I feel like it's nice to. We can talk.
We'll go in that direction. Anyways, enough talking. Just show him the sauce that we mixed.
I don't know.
Up.
You're going Tasmanian devil over there with
that cheesecake got me going, bro.
All right, we got to take care of the diabetic over here. Maybe I need to shoot you in the neck.
Coursing through my veins.
All right, spin that track, ASAP.
it's just interesting where you start, just from like a thing in your head, and that was just all made live. There was maybe like 30 minutes of work.
We do have to give a major shout out to Painwaves on this one, though, because Painwaves was an audience member that came in and said, you know, these 3 chords would work really great. 4 chords, excuse me. These four
chord progression.
Yeah. So these 4 chords would work really great with this song, and that kind of like opened things up further. And he kind of was talking to us about where the song started in terms of the key, and it was really cool having audience collaboration, and it brought the song to a whole new level.
Yeah.
So
I just been playing these 4 chords over and over, and they sound really cool. And Bingus was a little apprehensive.
Well, no, I wasn't apprehensive about the chords. I was apprehensive because I played the 4, and there was one chord that just didn't seem to fit for me.
Yes.
But it wound up fitting perfectly, and I can admit when I'm wrong. Okay, I'm not always right. I know that shocks you. It shocks the audience.
But
it shocks me sometimes because I do sometimes think that I'm always right, but it's not the case.
You know why I think it worked was like kind of like in music talking about space. It was we're talking about like I had suggested inverting the chord, like instead of like down strumming, like picking it individually,
right, like
an
arpeggio,
yes,
so to speak,
and like doing it inverted,
right.
So like that kind of.
I see what you're saying. So you're saying that like I'm giving too much credit to Painwaves, and really it was you that deserve more credit on the song, and I'm over here glorifying one of our audience members, and you're like, man, I'm a producer on the fucking show, and I said you should do it this way, and I don't understand why you're shouting out our audience member when I'm over here busting my ass. Okay.
Hey guys, are we gonna make this sick beat or what? Like this one is dope, but I think I'll sing on this one later. Like we'll drop the beat. You know what I mean?
So what you're saying is you're not liking our banter.
No,
got it. All right, I'm gonna shut the fuck up because Doc Froggle Day is not interested, and I'll go ahead and move over to the keys.
Yeah, get over to the keys, and then I'll be right behind you. Because I'm gonna, be throwing a little dibble dabble on this too. I have a vibe that we're gonna try to produce. So Bingus already has a vibe that he's gonna try to build, but I am going to strongly.
Yeah, you're gonna shit all over it. I know.
Yes.
So basically, I had another idea because that's what I do.
Told you he already had an idea.
I'm an idea man, and I'm gonna go ahead and drop that over to you ASAP. Let's see, airdrop. Where are you with the airdrop?
Should be Dave MacBook 2.
There it is.
There it is.
Okay, so
shout out to the United States of America, first of all.
Did USA win?
They did not.
Oh, well,
but
that is up. What kind of a shout out are we doing here? Is this an in memoriam?
Yes, they made it. They made it to the round of 16. They did a wonderful job. They played a great game.
Man,
it's really unfortunate.
That's very optimistic of you, but David, they didn't win, so I don't know.
Hey, they're building a strong club.
I don't know how I feel about.
Really
they're building a strong club over there.
They made it 16. Let's give them praise.
They're a very young team. They're a very young team.
I don't know.
And guess what? 2026 World Cup is coming to the United States of America.
Sounds a lot like
home state, baby.
And guess what? They're playing at SoFi Stadium.
That's what I'm saying.
Sounds a lot like you trying to gain praise for your arpeggio over there.
We're going. Sapo Studios will be recording and streaming from the World Cup.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that's what we're
getting ready.
Okay. Holy
you know what?
Pull us act.
What I do like about you saying that, though, is that there are a lot of things that A$AP Froggy, and I've said it on the show in the past, happens to just manifest, and I don't know how he does it, but throw that out into the universe, because why not?
Oh, dude,
from your mouth, you know? I'm saying.
We're going.
What?
What? It's already been done. What was the saying?
The plan was already in effect. Come on, man.
Already in effect.
Something and then something about the mission. That's the one I got to figure out. I don't know what's going on with the mission, but something about the mission too. All right. So anyway, enough of that. So I had another silly idea. I thought of some little doot that I put into my phone.
What genre are we about to build onto?
I was seeing it as a hip hop beat actually.
Okay,
so that's kind of different from what we did last time, because last time was like more of like a funky jazzy kind of with the horns and all of this.
Kind of like
and I'm shaking my hips as I'm even thinking about it. So that had that kind of vibe. But no, I did see this as something that we could build into some sort of a hip hop thing, perhaps.
Interesting.
We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, we'll see where it goes. We'll see where it goes. So why don't you go ahead and play my silly little doot-to-doot that I recorded into my phone. And the reason that we do this, folks, isn't just to stroke my ego. I know it might seem that way. The reason that we show you these silly little recordings on my phone is so that you can see that, like, I'm a dumbass, and just like any just average dumbass can have an idea for some, like, tune in his head, and go and take it to the keys and try to like fiddle around until you find those sounds that you made with your mouth. And then you're starting to make some sort of a beat or a song. Yeah. And it's that simple. Yeah, and it's just about getting started. So if you feel like, you can be confident at least in front of yourself, like I am in the car when no one's around, record something into your phone. See what happens.
Yeah. See what happens. Send it to us.
Send it to us. Yeah. Maybe we'll make something with it.
That's a great idea.
That's a cool idea.
That is a cool idea.
Hey, make something with your mouth, and we'll make it into music. Dun 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 dun.
Are you at Target?
Dun dun dun. I don't. It does sound like I'm in a busy area. I guess I wasn't in my car. Yeah. See, I'm shameless. So when we were talking about being in your car alone, like that's not too much of an issue for me. I might have been in front of a crowd and they're all watching me. I'm just recording.
What
with
if
my
you're
phone. I don't know.
behind like a little old woman and you sound like you're making up like a new Jaws sort of sound, like dun dun dun, but you're just like damn.
You got quite an imagination.
Like you're
there.
about to like steal her purse or something. She's like, "Why is this man singing behind me?"
Dun, dun,
the little lady looking over her shoulder.
Watch out! Dun, dun. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and step over the keys.
Let's hear that.
I'm Bingus, what are you doing?
Climbing around you with these cords.
Love this.
Microphone cords. So I was noodling around before the show and kind of found where this lives, so we don't have to search too much. Let's. Oh, and now the keyboard isn't.
Oh, let's see.
I'm keyboarding.
You be on that side, okay?
And then let's see. I did take a picture
Bingus.
here. What?
Domingus. What?
What?
I'm
Bingus.
Well, let's hear it. Let's hear what you got.
Okay, so is this the right instrument?
That's what it was on before.
Okay.
I mean, we could always change the instrument right after.
I'm going to put
the
microphone down so I can play with the keys here. Give me a second. Did you just change something? Nope. No? Okay.
We're still recording on this.
Okay. Well, we're still Oh, wait, we're muted over there. Okay. So in true Twitter fashion, we got rugged, but that happens. Just gonna keep going with the jam session. Let people hop in. We've been recording on our end the whole time, so when we re-release this, everything's gonna be fine. It'll be fine. What's going on? Playing with the chords?
Do you think you're playing it to the metronome? Play it again. How did you just play? You played it like a whole chord. But to what tempo? I could change it, but yeah. Now the question, where's the fucking microphone?
Now the question becomes, do we leave it? Is that tempo suitable for hip hop? Because now I'm thinking like the notes are definitely suitable for hip hop, but the tempo maybe not. Maybe it's too fast.
Sometimes hip hop's in like the 150s or the 155s. Like Drumma Boy was asking for BPMs of 150, so that'd be faster than this. We're at 130. Yeah. So I think because you could still
go way faster than that. I hear like what about like
okay, so you like this tempo for hip hop?
It could work. Let's see.
All right. See? Make this whole song on my mouth. Oh, that's interesting. I love when he puts the drums on it because then it's like got a whole different vibe, and that can completely change the song, right? So like we're talking about turning this into hip hop, and now this sounds so like EDM almost. Well, and should we drop down the octave on what I was playing? Oh, I like those snaps. Okay, I hear you. So what ASAP Froggy over here is doing right now is he's playing off the drum pad that's on this MIDI keyboard here, and he's tapping out a bass drum. Yeah. See, that already sounds more hip hop. You know, like a rap like that, but with real words. Doing it. What did you think about dropping the octave down?
Oh yeah, I will do that.
Yeah, because I don't know. I mean, maybe if that was like, instrument. If that was a bass, that might be. Oh, we got a request. What's going on here? Hold on, I got it. Oh, yep, okay, you got it. Oh, the Notorious Frogs. Come on up. Come on up. So yeah, what about turning that into a bass? I don't know about a synth bass.
That sounds cool when you do that at like the beginning of the phrase. Because it makes you go like it was like almost where you were naturally just right like there doing it. Yeah, like it goes like
That's sick. I like that. Woo. Man, I wish I could just see if people like vibing, just swaying.
Well, right now we can't even hear you. I don't know if your microphone's even turned on, so nobody's vibing to what you're saying.
Oh, you guys know.
There he is.
I'm in a dark corner, unseen and heard by all.
There he is.
Right.
What do you got to say over there, Doc?
Oh, nothing.
You're just wondering if something was happening.
No, I didn't say anything.
No. Now that people can hear you, you don't want to speak. Got it. So, do you think that needs to go deeper?
when it says the bass, I don't think so.
Is that what she said?
I mean, yeah.
I had to pull Michael Scott out. You know what I mean?
Oh, oh, oh. Shigaka-gaka-gaka-gaka.
I'm telling you, get like a drum line. You know what I mean?
Not that.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? Get that quick like, yeah, because that's just if you add that in here, that's just gonna give that texture. It's gonna give that texture. Vegas is having way too much fun today.
Way too much.
Yeah, it's all bass. It's all bass.
All about that bass, baby.
Bassy Bob, shout out.
Yeah, my dumbass called him Bassy Bob. It's like it's bass. Obviously. You know what? He's nice about it.
Wait, you don't like fishing?
He didn't make me feel like a complete dumbass. So he was a nice guy.
Yeah, he's a very nice guy. Where are we going?
Definitely in the wrong direction.
What are you doing over here, ASAP?
Trying to find that snare sound that you're looking for.
Oh, but he wants a drum roll first. It sounds like so. It's like, and then we bring in the.
What if we do the snare fast enough, tapping on the blocks over here?
Yeah,
That's the game plan. I'll kill it, man. I've been practicing. Again, people, any asshole can do this. You see one here live doing it. Multiple, actually.
Ooh.
the orange ones.
Let's see if I can get it. You have to have another. Do you have a pen?
No, I don't know if you.
Or what if one does one and one does together?
Yeah, you do one, I'll do one.
I don't think it's both of them. I think it's one. Like, but really fast.
This sounds like an amateur high school drum battle. Yo, man, you want to go drum to drum?
Yeah, look what I can do.
It's like a Stewart.
I'm much better with the D-deletes, turning them into.
I don't know if that's gonna do it actually, because the way that I'm
that's definitely not gonna do it.
I'm thinking about how like drummers do it, because they slap the sticks together as they're going up and down, or they let it bounce. That's what the bounce off of the drum, because the pad is so taut that they like drop it and they just keep dropping the sticks. Okay, so maybe we go back into just house music with this then.
Easy does it over there.
The look on Bingus's face as I say that is like, no. Maybe it's just the ta-ta then, huh, Bingus?
Well, now we got some like other vibes. But ASAP, you're like kind of a drummer too. Can't you just play it out with your fingers?
I don't quite hear like where you're hearing it fit in the. Say that again. I don't quite hear where you're hearing it.
So fit it wherever you feel it fits.
I would just put in like
whatever you would do, just stick it in, man.
I don't know if I would da.
So dot then. Do your own dot.
Because it's almost the pocket's already there with like the snap almost.
See, and I don't even know what a pocket is, which is why you need to be doing this. So that's what I'm saying. Get in there.
You're saying hit something else on that snap, right? Add to the snap? Yeah. Okay, and then maybe, what if we add a little like step after, like...
Because you're thinking hip-hop, right?
Yeah, I was, and I guess less is best for that, so...
We're talking about space, right?
That last one sounded like a squishy fart. Nope, that wasn't it.
The clap seems like it makes sense. Hold on.
She didn't add in that ambulance that's passing right now. That works nicely, actually. Now the dog's barking on beat. If any of you have not heard Lonely Island Saxman featuring Jack Black, go ahead and listen to that, because that's what this sounds like sometimes, and it amuses me.
Alright, record that.
Oh.
Just keep going.
Do what you were doing now.
It was like every time.
You were doing it so good, and now you can't. Hold on.
2, 3, 4.
There you go.
Yeah. Alright.
It's just the rock, man.
Doc probably is over here noodling around. He finally finds something that sounds good. So he's playing. We're grooving. ASAP's like, all right, cool, record that. And then he's like,
Well, it reminds me of my brother when he was in a play as a child. There was a girl next to him who couldn't keep her like head thing appropriate. Like it's literally covering her face. But at the very least, she was on beat. because all the kids were supposed to clap at the same time. Everyone would clap, and my brother would be like, "Oh shit, I missed it," and he would clap right after them.
So your brother taught you rhythm.
Yes,
that's what we're working
it was
with
off,
today.
Yes,
got it.
It was horrible. It was horribly offbeat. But the girl next to him, even though she looked like not so good, she was killing it. Her claps were.
And you know what that means? Don't judge a book by its cover.
That's precisely what it means. I was like, she's so devoted. She's not even going to fix her head thing.
That's right. She's in it for the music.
Yeah.
It's not about the cheesecake at that point.
Who's got the water?
Who's got the water? You can lead a horse water, but you can't make it drink. You can lead a horse water, but you can't make it drink. Water. This is seriously devolved. You need a horse water, but you can't make it drink.
It's a custom sloop sound, isn't it?
I thought that was cool. You're going, no. You came up with that sound just now.
Little dog mountain, big dog on the couch. Little dog mountain, big dog on the couch. Lead a horse of water, but you can't make it drink. Bitty bitty kiki, what you think?
What you thinking? I know Apollo's over here. Stinking. Last night we played some pool and we did some drinking. Let's add another sound in there, man.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? Has to be something like high pitch.
What if it's a vocal though?
Okay, I got you.
Well, I didn't say a vocal from you necessarily.
There you go. I like that.
Where did I start it?
That's got like a little bit of Dre vibe in it, you know what I mean?
I mean, if I'm being honest, I almost feel like with that little diddle you just added, that's a nice place to cap that because, we were talking about sometimes it's best to remove things over adding things. And sometimes it's good to just, not keep adding things, not necessarily remove anything, but keep it kind of simplistic. If we're looking at this as a sort of hip hop beat, then we can kind of do what you're doing right here, which is like mix it a little bit and send it off to someone that can throw something over it and see what comes of that, right? That could be kind of cool. What do you think, ASAP?
Let's see. There's a couple of our snares hitting at the same time as our bass drum, and you don't want that.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to clean that up.
It's 2 o'clock.
It's 2 o'clock.
It's 2 o'clock.
You didn't know it, now you know it.
So basically, like the notes are already input in the machine, and now ASAP is dragging some of them out to be a little longer, clipping some of them, moving stuff around, all in Logic Pro. And as we've said before, you can do this in a series of free programs as well. You could do this in GarageBand with Mac. I think you've told me before, ASAP, that there's a free version of Ableton.
I believe so, yeah.
That people can play around with. So it's all at your fingertips, folks.
Yes, David. Football. You don't like it? Just wait, man.
street.
Freedom is a choice, and yet so many people.
Is it really you? Is it really you? I could go without you. I just don't want to.
Hypnosis is a state of human consciousness involved.
It was one of those nights I was feeling kind of lethargic, and I knew I shouldn't have went to that place at all, but
Detroit.
Oh no, rhyme with the pole. Know what that mean? Rhyme with the smoke. Oh no, rhyme with your hoe. Know what that mean? No skin dope.
I know you feel it. I know you feel it too.
Yeah, I'm not saying it no longer for you.
A part of you.
You're the